today we are playing the one, the only, the game I've been waiting for a very long time, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and we're starting out with the Scout class. I'm just gonna go over what the classes with you in this video and what they can do and what you can do to get good at them, and this is a good way to find out if this would be a good game for you or not. I pre-ordered it and I got some bonuses, so that's why I have this weapon and stuff, but don't let that discourage you. You can still easily earn the weapons, especially with this class, because yeah, as you see, but anyways, as you can see, you have star cards. You can equip your weapons within the game, unlike Battlefront 1. I'm kind of just sniping right now. I'm on the shores of Kashyyyk. If you saw episode 3, you would know what I mean. But anyways, this is the Scout class, and basically this is
enemy leader, maybe.
This is the sniper class. It's the best class for people that like to stay back. These are thermal binoculars is the first skill that you have, and this skill is very helpful. See, it tells you where all enemy positions are on the field, so if you are kind of new at the game, this is definitely a class for you. If you don't know the map really well, it tells you exactly where the enemies are. I'm not very good at sniping this game, but I'm doing it for y'all because I may not be good. So, and this is top of the line snipers. How you earn new guns? You get kills with the class. Your second skill is a shot grenade. It basically just stuns enemies for a moment. I'll just toss it down for you. See, watch this. See, it just does that. Basically, makes you move slow. Can't aim when it's active. I'll go over the vehicles and stuff. I'm just starting with the classes. And the third ability is actually really good. Your L1 R1 ability. This ability is really good for close quarters. As you see, it jams enemies mini-maps, and it gives you I think the EE3. No. Jams enemies radar, stuff like that. Very good. Very nice class. Oh. And never mind, Darth Maul killed me. The next class is the officer class, which helps the team, stuff like that, you know. He's mostly sidearm specialist. He's the kind of close to medium range. I have the blurred pistol. He basically does stuff. Right. Oh shoot, there's Darth Maul. Nope. Anyway, as I was saying, your first ability is your R1 ability, which places down turret. Right there, as you see, you can keep tapping R1 to detonate it when needed. Your second ability is the squad upgrade, which is L1 R1. It gives your guys extra health. Basically gives them health, stuff like that. You know. And your third ability is actually really helpful. It's a grenade which sends out flash things.
Not ready to board the cruiser yet. You'll need to get past our juggernaut turbo tanks first.
That's basically the officer class. Yeah, I'm not doing good. Next is a really good class called the Heavy. I have the FWMB right now with them. This class is really nice for those people that like light machine guns and those people that really like fast fire rate weapons, like really heavy classes. First ability that you have is a shield. As you see, you walk slower and you can't really aim with it, but it's really helpful. you're up against that. I mean, obviously you can't survive vehicles like these and stuff, but your shield is really helpful when in close quarters combat, when you're trying to play the objective but not get killed and trying to get to kill enemies. It's just a really good way to go. Your second ability, L1 R1 ability, this ability is the minigun ability. It basically launches repetitive bullets, as you see here. Has a lot of ammo in it, and that's your second ability. And your third ability is an impact grenade. This ability I really don't like, but you can make, if you know how to use a grenade, and if you put it in the right hands, which is not my hands, you can really get somewhere with it. But truthfully, am I really good with it? No. Why is it so dark in here? Yeah, see, it doesn't kill them, but, and your third class is the Assault. This is your top of the line, average Joe. This is the main class everybody picks. The Assault class is with submachine guns and assault rifles, basically. With your first ability, it looks like a grenade launcher, but let me tell you, it's not a grenade launcher. Please do not think it's a grenade launcher. Oh my gosh, that thing scared me. It's actually a scan dart. This is a really helpful if you want to help your team out and stuff. This scan dart is really helpful. This is my favorite class and my best class. As you see, also he has this thing. Your second ability is a Vanguard, which is a god gun. Oh, trip mine. Oh. Yeah, it's really good. I have the Slug Vanguard equipped, which is really helpful. If you like long range, it's a shotgun, but you have to have kind of pinpoint accuracy. Your next and your third but final ability is a thermal detonator. That's right, the thing that everybody spammed in the first game and this game too. Whoa, what the heck just happened to the life platform here?
We can't keep running. Back to the cruiser, all of you. We hold there or we break. Boarding parties are on their way. They blow the front and rear fuel lines, we lose the cruiser.
Oh, that's why the wheel didn't.
Weapons ready.
I can make it, and I can't make it. That's your abilities there. Now, next, I will leave this match to go over star cards with you. Now, let me tell you what you can do with star cards. Star cards are really helpful. You have power-up star cards and ability star cards. Now, basically, what you're going to want to do star cards is, I'll go over the system with you. Let me just let this load real quick. And here now, in eternity. And I'll go over everything in this video. I may not go over it good, but I'll explain it okay. I'll explain the top of the line stuff you need to know to play the game. So, star cards. As you see here is star card crates, kind of a Call of Duty loot crate. You can get emotes, you can get stuff like, you know, not weapon skins yet, but you can get character skins, you know, stuff like that. There's only 2 character skins right now. It's for Kylo Ren and it's for Rey. I have both of them. You can buy crates. Trooper crate has star cards for the troops and stuff. Starfighter for the spaceships and stuff. And Hero crate is hero cards. Now let me show you the star cards that I have so far. So first we'll start with the Assault star cards. Basically what you have is you have boost cards and you got ability cards. Ability cards either boost your abilities or they will give you new stuff for your to replace that with. So let's see improved thermal detonator is what I have, in which if you look at under improved thermal detonator and below those what it is, it says the blast radius, and I have a purple version of it, which is the highest version you can get, and it increases the blast radius by 7 meters or something. Okay, anyways, that's what that is. Like the slug vanguard, that gives my vanguard just slug, stuff like that. The next is boost cards. Now, these are cards that boost your guy, so like boost your health, boost your like armor, stuff like that. So it's really helpful for those of you that are the kind of people that like, let's say if you want a melee and stuff, brawler is the one for you if you like the melee combat, because if you punch an enemy and kill him, then you get like extra health and stuff. So it's just stuff like that. So that's basically the star card system. Not much to go over there. Weapons is what we'll go over next. Next is equipped and craft weapons. Now, as you see, I have this and have these, but you can craft like weapon parts, which are these things that are I'm highlighting. You can craft those. You can craft guns. They haven't come out with crafting weapons yet, sadly, but that's why I have so many scrap parts, which is the 445 things in the corner of the screen. Yeah, so you have to earn your weapons. Sadly, you can't craft them yet. That's all you need to know until further notice. I'll do a second video on this when the updates and stuff release. Next, you have emotes. That's what the star card system is. Yes, there's emotes and stuff. Then there's victory poses. Now, there's an MVP screen at the end of every round. So that's what that is. So that's all that is. Basically, emotes and stuff. Next, we're going over the classes. So you got Assault, which is that. You got those. I already explained all these classes, but get ready for this. You have a new classes. Now, these new classes help your team or either help yourself. You may be asking, well, Trevor, how does it help yourself if it's a class and you're fighting for your team? Don't worry, dear people. I am about to tell you why. As you see here, you have enforcers, you have aerials, and I'll get to these. You have armors, you have artilleries, you got your speeders, you got your fighters, interceptors, and bombers. First things first, I'm going over the enforcers. I will explain what each enforcer does and what you can do to specialize your gameplay. First things first, you have your... Oh, nope. First things first, you have your Flame Trooper Enforcer. He is your first order version of the Enforcer, and he has a flamethrower. His overload ability, there's your ability details. It basically like makes you do unlimited fire for a second and prevent your weapon from overheating and stuff. Fortify just heals your health a bit and stuff. And Incendiary Imploder, oh, these are my favorite grenades. If you have not played the first Battlefront, I would recommend playing it before you play this, or you won't know what any of this stuff is. You might not be able to find a game in the first Battlefront, but if you get a chance to, it's one heck of a ride with the grenades. Especially at thermal imploders. Basically, this is what you throw them down, and it just basically looks like a normal grenade at first. It goes like bam, 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 and goes like boom. So it does a small little blast first, then it suctions into a small little, like, little sun-looking thing, and then it just, like, implodes, and, like, it's a real game changer, especially when you're playing, when you're on the attacking team or defending team. These things will this is one of the items that will definitely help your team. And fortify, yeah, when I meant some things will help yourself, some things will help your team. Fortify is something that your team wish they had, but they don't. That's what helps yourself. And Incendiary Imploder definitely will help your team. If you're stuck in a tight corner, or the enemies are just being too toxic or camping in base, and they won't move and won't budge, if you get enough points to get this guy, definitely get him. He is really good. Especially with the Incendiary Imploder. If you toss that in there, I guarantee you they will be running for their lives. It's really good. And it's incendiary too, so they're gonna burn to death. And that's basically him. Next is your B2 Battle Droid Enforcer. He is really good. He's one of my favorites. Okay, I can't get over him. He's really good. Basically what he does, overload, same exact thing. He just does super fast bullets. He just fires 2 lasers at once, so he does that like super fast. Fortify, same thing, except wrist rocket. He has a rocket launcher that he can shoot off his wrist. Next up, you got a Death Trooper. And these guys really good. Overload that, Sonic Imploder. Basically, everything's the same except the grenades. I'm not sure what that does yet. Alright, so it's a flash. Alright, so a Sonic Imploder is a flashbang, apparently. So you throw it and it like deafens and stuff. It's a flashbang. Okay, so next up, one of my favorites also. Oh yeah, I forgot to go over them. I'm sorry guys, I forgot some. So he's your first sword enforcer. This is your separatist enforcer. He is your kind of, how do I put this? He's the Empire enforcer. If you don't understand any of the weird language I'm speaking right now, there's 3 eras of Star Wars. You have the Clone Wars. You have the original Star Wars, and you have the new ones, which is like Force Awakens. If he's in Rogue One, so if you haven't seen that movie, I would definitely check it out. I mean, it's not the best movie, but if you haven't seen it, then some of these classes in the game, you're just not gonna be, you're gonna be sitting there like, what is that? And don't get me wrong, I was sitting there with you when the Rogue One DLC came out for Battlefront 1, and I haven't even seen the movie. I was sitting there like, what the heck is a Seraph Trooper? I was like, a Death Trooper? I was like, what? And Director Krennic, I think his name on, he had a freaking droid with a shield on his head. Do you know what I thought when I saw it? I was like, I thought Princess Leia put a shield on R2-D2's head in the Death Star. Okay? Anyways, yeah. He's, yeah. Wookiee Warrior, really good. Thermal Imploder is that, except doesn't have fire. He's really good. I would definitely use the Wookiee Warrior. Next up, you have your aerial classes. Alright, so let me tell you what they did. If you haven't played the second Battlefront yet and you're planning on getting it, this is probably going to make you not want to get it. And this is why I hesitated. I was like, but I was like, it's not that big of a difference. Next up is the Jet Trooper. Alright, so you may be asking, well, I can just equip a jetpack and freaking fly around like Superman, and you're telling me that there's a class for this? Nobody's gonna use that. Heck, if I get a jetpack and jump around like LeBron James, I don't even want that class. This is where I come in and be like, no, you're wrong. You're really wrong. You do not get a star card jetpack. There's no jetpack star card. You may be being like, you're lying, right? And it's like, I'm not lying. There is no jetpack star card. Oh, sorry about that. There's no jetpack star card. There's not. No. You have to save up 3,000 or 2,000 points to buy this guy. And you may be like, what? I have to save up something to get this guy. What do I have to save up? I'll explain that later in the video. But, guess what, buddy? You have to get this guy if you're going to do that. He's basically all the same thing. This is your Clone Wars one. This is your Clone Wars Separatist one. This is the First Order one. This is your Empire one. This is your Rebel one, and this is your Resistance one. Yeah, that's all of them. Your armor, self-explanatory. It's stuff like the AT-ST and stuff. AT-ST, basically the scans for enemies, anti-vehicle missile, target locking missile, and grenade launcher. That's self-explanatory. If you don't get that, I'm sorry. It means it launches 3 grenades, I think more, I don't know. But next is the AAT. This is a tank, and don't get in these things' way if you're on the enemy team, okay? Just don't. You see this thing, you instantly dip. It will destroy you. High explosive shells basically shoots a bunch of crazy red things in a line, and yeah, end of your life. Next is siege mode, that shoots that cannon at the top. And next is linked fire, which is your miniguns. Next is the ATRT, which is really good if you want to run around like a crazy maniac really fast with a minigun attached. So it's like you're like a super tall guy with a minigun, basically. Okay, motion scan, yeah, self-explanatory. Scans their enemies. Ion charge shoots an ion bullet that can dismantle enemy vehicles and repairs itself. This is what you will use for the rebels and in the Clone Wars also. Next is, yeah, that's all of them. Next is your artillery. These are mostly sky vehicles. So, I'm gonna warn you now, be treacherous in this game. You never know what you're gonna encounter in this game. Especially when you're on the Separatists and Yoda's running around in tall grass and you can't even see him. It's frightening when you see a little green midget hop out with a lightsaber and cut you in half. Run around in the grass, shot down his lightsaber, and kill the next guy. It's scary. So be treacherous. If you see a giant green laser beam coming out of the sky, you know what it is. It's this guy. The LAT gunship. Repairs itself. Missile guidance disruptor means you can't shoot a missile at it. So don't even try that one, rocket droids. Because I know what you're thinking. If you're just getting this game, you're like, oh, well, Trevor said that you can get the rocket launcher. So I wonder if you can shoot it at this thing. Don't. It will disrupt it and, like, deflect it. And, yeah. End of life and heat sink. I don't even know what heat sink does. Oh, yeah. It doesn't overheat. All right. What? AT-AT, self-explanatory, giant thing in Star Wars Battlefront 1. It has the same moves, so I don't need to do that. This is an AT-AT, it just refreshes armor and scans for enemies instead of that. This is Galactic Assault main thing. Your U-Wing gunship, these things, basically same thing as the LAAT. This and this are like the same thing. Don't mess with it. Speeders, yeah, basically race cars of the sky and land. Don't mess with them. Yes, they can run you over. Speeders can run you over. Other ships can't, but you see a speeder coming your way, you better roll. If you're playing on PlayStation or Xbox, if you're playing Xbox, you hit B to roll, and you're playing PlayStation, you better hit that circle button as fast as you can. See it. Heatsink, yes, already know by now. It makes your weapon not overheat. Laser barrage shoots laser, shoots like it's like missiles. And afterburner makes your jet go faster. The Louis, I've never driven one of these, but it's that thing that Snow Troopers riding in Force Awakens, and it has basically the same thing. All of them have the same thing. This is on Mos Eisley, if I'm saying that correctly. Map, same thing. It can run you over. Watch out. Speeder bike. If you don't know what this is, you're not a true Star Wars fan. And a stolen Louis, same thing, just stolen. And next is these classes. Your fighters. They're basically top of the line ships. I don't really need to go over these because they're just all the same thing, just different looking. Same thing with interceptors. They're all the same thing, just different looking. And same thing with your bombers. All the same thing, just different looking, okay? Next, let's get to the heroes. First up, you got Boba Fett. He has a concussion rocket, he has motion sensors, and he has rocket barrage. Next is your boy Bosk. He has all the same things from the last game. Chewie, you have to unlock him. That's pretty sad. He has everything from the last game except now he has shot grenades. Darth Vader, this might make you angry. He has focused rage now, so now he basically turns into a beast mode, and don't get in his way when you see him turn like yellowish red. Because that means he's in focused rage mode, and get out of there. You need a GTFO. Because he'll kill everything. Next is your choke, and this might make you angry, but the choke doesn't damage. It doesn't. You have to hold a button to damage a person, and it doesn't do that much. Yeah, I'm not gonna go over the characters I haven't unlocked yet because I think they're still working on them. Next, Han Solo, all same stuff. Lando, all same stuff from last game. Luke, all same stuff. Darth Maul, he's new. He has a fierce though where he throws his lightsaber straight and it spins and it's scary. Chokehold, he like chokes you and it throws you 10 feet back and you go ragdoll. And spin attack, he spins in the air like a helicopter at you. Rey is one of the game changers. That is a game changer. Rey, oh yeah, she's the one with the skins. You got your scavenger skin or you got your Jedi training. I got Jedi training equipped, obviously, because she looks like a boss. Your dash strike, she runs at you with her lightsaber like a bayonet in Battlefield 1. Insight, she sees all enemies. In Mind Trick, you stand there confused and your controls are all backwards and stuff. Yeah. Yoda? Little green midget with a sword that shouldn't have it. Unless you're on his team. In that case, then go ahead and follow him. Unleash pushes enemies down, and you may be like, oh wow, he pushes people down. How cool. No, he pushes you down and then cuts you in half. Presence heals everybody, including himself, and dash attack, he freaking does crazy ninja moves while force jumping. And these are your hero ships. I've never been them. Kylo Ren has a silencer. Han Solo and Chewbacca, Millennium Falcon, and I don't need to go over that. Now, this is Darth Maul's ship. Pretty cool. Boba Fett. Darth Vader. He drives a TIE fighter. Didn't know that, but okay. Luke Skywalker, X-Wing obviously, Poe, X-Wing obviously, and Yoda drives an interceptor. Pretty neat, bro. And now the final thing is, how do I buy this stuff? You don't need real cash, so put your wallets back in your pockets. You need in-game cash. Basically, you need to kill enemies, and you get these things called star credits. I'm not talking about the ones that you need to buy your guns and stuff. I'm talking about the ones in-game, like Battlefield credits. you basically do play the objective, get kills, yada yada yada, stuff like that, and you'll get yourself stacked up on store credits. Now I can tell you how much everything costs. You know how there's 3 different eras of Star Wars? Yes, of course you do if you got this game. Depending on which era is how cheap the heroes. So if that hero's in the era, then he costs only 6,000 credits, and you may be like, that's a lot, but it's actually easy to earn. Second thing, it's if they're not in that era, they cost 8,000. So that's basically it for the heroes. Hero ships, same concept. Next, you have your enforcers. These guys cost 3,000. Your aerials cost 2,000. Your armors, I believe that they're cheap, like real cheap. Depending on where you're at and what map you're on, depending on how powerful they're gonna help out your team. Sometimes they're 200, sometimes they're 1,600. It basically all depends. Artillery, 200, 1,000, same thing as that. Speeders, same things. Fighters cost at least 200 or 100. Interceptors, same idea, and bombers cost like 600. And there is your tutorial of Star Wars Battlefront. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section and I'll look into them. Alright, and thank you for watching. Please hit that smash like button, subscribe. I don't really care if you subscribe or not. It would really help me though. Yeah, because I'm not really popular channel. But if you watch this, thank you. And remember, always stay awesome.